In this video, I'm going to make a modern clock. To begin, I'm going to cut this 1x3 at 14 inches in length and cut the plywood at also 14 by 14. Once all the pieces are cut, I'm going to have an overhang of 5 inches. The exact placement of this wood is based on preference, so you can lay that out exactly how you would like it. In my case, this piece of wood is centered at 5 inches from the top. I'm using the edge of the plywood to be my center point for the clock, which is 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. I traced out the body of the clock and head over to the bandsaw to cut out the shape. And mark a center point for the clock motor to pass through. Using a small bit, I drilled a pilot hole. I used a 1/2 inch bit to countersink the hole a 1/4 inch deep. Then I used a 3/8 bit to go all the way through. Now trace out the body of the clock. Keep in mind that the larger hole should be on the opposite side. To get the motor stem to pass through this wood, I have to notch out the back section because this wood is clearly too thick, and I'm going to do that using my drill bits and some chisel. And once that's done, it's time to test it and make sure that it will work before we finalize this piece. And now that we have confirmation, it's time to glue this up using wood glue. Clamp it down and we just have to wait. Hit it with a quick sand using 220 grit sandpaper. A tiny screw to temporarily hold this piece of wood to the box as I spray it. The trick to getting a nice paint job is to start spraying away from your work, then move towards it. Always keep your hand moving and do multiple light coats. I'm using a gel stain, and if you're new to staining, I would suggest something like this. Just apply it and then wipe it off with a different rag. Once the stain is dry, you can apply a clear coat on it, and it's pretty simple. Just apply it as if you was applying spray paint. Alright, once all the pieces have the opportunity to dry, we can now install the clock motor. Install the hour hand, followed by the minutes, and followed by the seconds. Drill out 2 holes to attach the 2 pieces together, and using a larger bit to countersink the screw heads. Use screws that's long enough to go through both wood but not protrude through the other side. Because I have this overhang, the weight's going to be shifted to one side, so now I have to use my method of finding the center, which is simple. Just pick up the wood until it's level, and that would be the center. At the time of this build, I didn't have the proper mounting kit, so I emphasized using a piece of wire that I had, and I took this off of a camera housing. This would conclude the build. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment. Give me a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.